Yo, 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 what's goody with it? CPA Strength back again with a motherfucking mukbang, another mukbang. What up? What are we doing today? We doing Taco Bell. Get with it, dog. Anyways, I got the Taco Bell 12 pack. 6 soft, 6 hard tacos, and we're just gonna get into it, man. I'm starving. All I had today, here, you guys get the first bite there. So, look, we haven't done, I think this is my 9th mukbang or whatever. I'm sorry, let me just get this first one down, then we can talk. Okay. Gosh, I was starving. I couldn't even put any sauce on behind me. I was so hungry. Okay. All right, I'm sorry. That was bothering me. The back, or what? The back. Oh, here's another soft taco. So that back lighting was bothering me. Taco Bell. Yeah, I just got the family pack. I don't know, that's just what I usually get. It was like $14, so that was pretty expensive. I don't know if I'm gonna eat all 12 now or not. This one's wet. Put some hot sauce on. I should have got fire. I should have got hot and fire, but I didn't. I'm like, decently okay with Taco Bell. I kind of want to get the McDonald's again, but realized I hadn't had a Taco Bell mukbang, so I mean it's Taco Bell. Remember they used to have like a Taco Viva or something over here? Is this lighting okay? I look so crazy with this lighting, but I mean, it is what it is, right? So, what's going on? This week was kind of tough for me. I was just stressed out about a couple things. I kind of let the stress get to me. I put out some videos. I'm doing daily uploads, and it's like I put out some not so positive stuff, and oh, the light just went better. I like that now. Sorry about the lighting. Sorry about anyways. And some of the comments I didn't really like, and that's my fault because I put myself out there and I say, oh, I'm going to try to be positive, and I'm going to be positive, and then I don't, and whatever. So for some reason I wanted to talk about, because being a entrepreneur, or like when I quit my last 9-to-5 job. I had it for almost 2 years. 9-to-5 accounting office. You know how to dress up. So, but now for the past 2 years, I've had my own little accounting business. I say little, you know, it's just me, and I do pretty much all that I can or I want to. I mean, it's a blessing. I've really stopped taking on new clients because I started, you know, I guess making enough to pay my bills and stuff with my business. And now I'm concentrating on growing this YouTube channel. So growing this YouTube channel is so much fun. I'm going to be at 30,000 subscribers soon. I can't tell you how awesome that is for me. This was my third this is a hard taco. This is my first hard taco, I think. So yeah, this is the first mukbang I've done in a long time. Since the hurricane, or no, I did one after the hurricane, but I mean, last week, I forget, didn't have a mukbang for Saturday, and it kind of made me sad for missing it, but I doubled up on another one. But these tacos are a good change of pace for mukbang. Anyways, what I was getting at, I guess, was that maybe for some people, you know, being your own boss is, I've actually gotten comments before from people, I guess if I sit back it's better for the lighting, I don't know, so weird. I've gotten comments from people that like, oh, how do you motivate yourself? Like, I couldn't motivate myself or whatever if I didn't have a boss, or that's just the way I guess I was programmed. I've been just a little hustler, you know, scheming on stuff since I guess I can really remember. I wish that someone would have noticed my entrepreneurial skills as a young child, and all through middle school and high school and my early 20s, and I wish someone said, hey, like, why don't you be a small business owner of anything? You know, I mean, but I don't know. These tacos got all messed up. It's hard. The hard tacos got all wet, and the meat's all falling out. But anyways, I can remember my first hustle being at the bus stop. I was in kindergarten, and I lived in Vermont. Now, I lived in Vermont till I was 7 years old. I lived in West Brookfield, Vermont, which was, I guess, 45 minutes maybe south of Montpelier, which is the capital. Burlington's the biggest city in Vermont. Montpelier is decently sized, I guess, but I was in the boonies, and then kindergarten was like only half a day, and it was taking like an hour on the bus each way. So I only went to kindergarten for like a little bit because it was like I was on the bus more than, like, as much as I was at school, so it was, I don't know. I guess my parents figured it didn't really matter. Then I went to first grade in Vermont. So, I believe when I was a kindergartner, but it could have been when I was in first grade, but I specifically remember being at the bus stop out down the hill from my house in Vermont. And we were on welfare at the time. Whatever you want to call it. I'll call it, I had to eat the same breakfast for, it seemed like, for my whole life. Which was these little cereals. They were kind of like Kix, or they were just like circular little grains or whatever. I guess like Kix or Trix or whatever. They were called Body Bodies. And there's nothing wrong with that cereal. I mean, I eat whatever now, I don't care. I don't really eat for taste, I just eat to eat. I don't know. But I was so sick of Body Bodies. I was like, Mom, oh man, can I have something else for breakfast? Like, I didn't really understand that we were poor, we're on welfare, we couldn't afford our own food, and that's what they gave us, so that's what we're stuck with. Like, I don't know, it was never broken down to me like that. It just felt like they were just, it was just like, no, this is what we have. Like, this is what, I was like, get something else. I didn't really understand there wasn't anything else for breakfast. I can remember not having any milk with the Body Bodies. So my mom put orange juice in with it. It wasn't that good. It was kind of yucky. Hey man, had to make it happen, right? So anyways, I don't know, I'm down at the bus stop. I guess I'm like 6 or 7 years old. I'm politicking down there at the bus stop. I'm like, yo. I'm like, what are you eating for breakfast, man? And this kid's like, oh man, you know, like that Frosted Flakes, the Frosted Flakes be it. And I'm like, have you had Body Bodies? Because they are the bomb. He's like, no, man, I never heard of those. I was like, oh yeah, they're good, bro. He's like, do you ever want to try them? I was like, yeah. I was like, listen. I was like, I got a bunch of it. I was like, I'll come down with a box of Body Bodies, and you come down with your Frosted Flakes, and we'll trade, okay? And he's like, okay. So I remember I freaking just took a box of Body Bodies from the cupboard, put it in my book bag, went down to the bus stop like the next morning. I'm like, yo, let's trade it up, son. He's like, I ain't bring it. Oh, you little bitch. So that was like the first time I remember trying to grind it out. Like, I guess so the next time I can remember, these tacos are pretty good. I'm getting a little full. I don't know how many I've eaten. The box seems pretty full, so, but I'm gonna eat these hard, I'm gonna eat the rest of the hard ones. I have 3 hard ones because they're just gonna be a mess later. So anyways, the Body Bodies was my first one. The second time I remember kind of finessing, grinding out was in the 2nd grade. We lived in Fort Lauderdale at my grandparents' house, and I shared a room with my uncle. So he told me, and then his mom, my grandma, was like, you guys need to make your bed in the morning. So he got up at like 5, he was a mechanic, airplane mechanic, so he got up at like 5 or something and was shower and leave or whatever in the morning. And He had to share a room with me. He had to come home drunk and shit sometimes. But anyways, he was like, yo, I ain't got time to make my bed in the morning. I'll pay you $2 a week to make my bed for me. He's like, you gotta make yours anyways, you know? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm like, that sounds great, I'll do that. But he left at 5 and he dipped out early. So, I believe my mom or dad or somebody, or grandma, grandpa, somebody was coming in the room later and doing my bed and his. And I was just collecting that $2 for like a month or two. So I was just like, yeah. I was like, can I have that money for making the beds like every week? He's like, yeah, all right. So, I don't know, I got busted for that. Then let's see. I don't remember any hustles really in 3rd or 4th grade. Oh, I remember, well, oh God, I remember a hustle in the, in 4th grade. Well, in 3rd grade, I went to Vermont, back to Vermont for school, over to Texas. Then 4th grade, I was at a school in Fort Lauderdale at a private school. Hated the private school. Anyways. A little Taco Bell. I hadn't thought about this in a while, but I guess we'll just maybe go in chronological order, so I'll stop at this story. So I was at a private school, and then to try to get the kids to, you know, that's one of the things that I always forget. I should wipe my face off every little bit because I always forget, and then it's like, ugh. And then I see something on my face for half an hour. But so anyways, we're at a private school, and during the week the teacher gives out little stamps, little cards, you know, with points, or they're each card's worth a point. And you know, it's like if you're sitting quietly doing your homework, you get a sticker. Sorry, you know, if you're doing something good, you get a sticker. And then you would add the cards up at the end of the week, and whoever had the most points would win a prize. I'm like, oh, okay. So the thing is, when the teacher would hand them out, she would have you date them. I guess I'm in the 4th grade, so I don't know how that is, 9 or 10 or something, but it just seems so logical to me that I would, like 1 week I wouldn't want to, like I think I would do about 2 weeks I wouldn't date them. I would just, oh, thank you, and then put it in my desk, so I wouldn't date the little cards. And like every 3rd week, you know, I'd have 3 weeks of cards compared to everybody's 1 week. And I would win like every 3 weeks. And then the teacher's like, God, like, it just seems so basic to me. And I was the only one who was doing that. And so, that's just how we do. Now we'll jump into 5th grade. Let's just jump into 5th grade here. I went to Bennett Elementary in Fort Lauderdale High. Before I had been to Bennett, I mean, there were some thugs at Bennett. Let me just tell you, in 5th grade, because the worst of the worst are still going to school, even in middle school. So that was the first time I went to public school in Florida. Fort Lauderdale, South Florida. It was, I actually just did really good. I mean, I don't know, I just flowed right into it. But, you know, it was the first time I had ever really been around minorities, black people, or people of color, or Latin people, or there wasn't really that many Latins. There was a lot of black. There was about half my class was like black, and that was fine with me then, and it still is fine with me now. I don't really care. I like to treat people on how they treat me, and that's how I do. You know. So, anyways, I can remember. Because I lived in Vermont till when I was in school in Texas. There was I don't think there was any, because I was in the country. There wasn't no black kids in my class in Texas. I went to public school there. I went to public school in Vermont, but there wasn't any black kids. There was some Latino kids. I think it was mostly all white kids. I remember this Chinese kid named Wesley in Texas when I went there. But anyways, let's get back. I just wanted you to know, like, so I do remember this because I said I lived in Vermont till I was like 7, and we used to drive down to Fort Lauderdale sometimes. But I think it was when we were driving down to move in there, when I finessed my uncle for $2. I remember being at a rest stop, and now I live in Vermont. Vermont, I guess I was born in 77, so 77 to like 84, I lived in Vermont. And I never saw a black person. I guess I really didn't see them on TV. I didn't watch much TV. So I saw a black person at a rest stop in like South Carolina. I was just like shocked. I mean, it was never talked about because like in Vermont, I mean, or anyways, it was never talked about. I remember I said, "Mom, look, she's black." I said, "But the bottom of her feet are white." And then my mom was like, I was just like stating facts. I was like 7. So anyways, you know, I got thrown into the wolves, let's say, okay? Let's say I got thrown into the wolves. And so I started hanging out with the neighborhood kids. This is 5th grade. I believe there was a basketball hoop there, and I would just I lived in the neighborhood from the school, so I would, after school, I would like just hang out there. I would come home and go back there and like shoot basketball, and then I just started hanging out with other kids. Started hanging out with our kids in the neighborhood, and I remember so I don't know, within like seemed like a couple weeks, man, I'm like hanging out with all the kids' older brothers. I mean, there's just like a little crew. And we are going out stealing hood ornaments. That's what we're doing. We're bucking hood ornaments. Cadillacs were good. Mercedeses were good. Like Oldsmobiles, like trash. It's like, now those you could just twist around and rip off, which I came pretty good. Then there was like Jaguar was like the coup d'etat or whatever, you know, those like a different one, or you know, it's like collecting baseball cards. Like you wanted one of each, or oh, that's gold, that, you know, it's gold Cadillac. And I mean, I think to get the Jaguar one, it was like you had to have the wire cutters. But then if you get caught with wire cutters, it's like then you're in trouble. And so anyways, I started going around and like, I don't know, like even now, like, I don't know. I guess I'm telling you all this and I guess I'm not really that ashamed of it. I just really don't even know. I just really don't even care. I know that's bad of me, but so anyways, going around stealing all these hood ornaments. I started, I amassed like a collection of about 40 of them, 40 or 50 of them. And then I get talking to one of the kids at school, black kid at school, I won't say his name. He ended up being like the biggest thug. Like he was already thug life back then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's walled up, packing heat, sticking crackers up, whatever. It's go time. Anywho, I got talking to him, and I'm like, yo, I'm like, you want some gold? I'm like, you want some hood ornaments? I was like, I got them. I was like, I'll give you a 2 for $5. 2 for $5. He's like, yeah, bring them, white boy, bring them. So I'm like, okay. So I showed up with the 2 hood ornaments. Of course, he's like, oh, no, I ain't got the money, and bring the money, you know. So I just, I remember I had the hood ornaments in a big box, and then I just dumped the box by the school. So, this Taco Bell's pretty good. So, yeah, I mean, I just stopped doing the hood ornaments after that, but I think someone stole my grandparents' Cadillac hood ornament, and they're like, "Who would do such a..." I mean, it wasn't me. I wouldn't steal my own grandparents' hood ornament. They're like, "Who would do such a thing?" I'm like, "Oh, those savages!" Well, anyways, we got one more hard taco. We got one more hard taco. So, these are, you're gonna get to know me more, I guess, and it's kind of nice because it's like, I don't know. I'm just talking shit now. Anyways, Taco Bell mukbang. This was awesome. Hopefully you guys relaxed with me. Maybe ate something with me. Laughed with me. You might think I don't know. Like, I mean, I guess it is what it is. I can't say I feel any kind of remorse for the hood ornaments or any of these schemes that I've talked about. I think I'm clever. I think I'm fun, or, I mean, I recognize that destructing someone's property is bad, but anyways, this was the mukbang from CPA Strength.